What's going on, everyone? This is your Astrology Horoscope for Tuesday, August 15th, 2023. I'm astrologer Alex Skiles, and welcome to the Moonbase. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope you all are doing amazing. We just had this Venus-Sun Cazimi, or Venus-Sun conjunction over the weekend, so now we're going to see Venus as the morning star. So when you're waking up, you can go out and take a peek at Venus as she rises, and she's at its most beautiful point. So over the next 18 months, Venus will be the morning star and then become the evening star once again. And that's what this Venus retrograde cycle is all about, is Venus becoming the morning star, becoming the evening star, being hidden behind the sun, getting in front of the sun, and becoming the morning star, becoming the evening star. You know, that's every 18 months we go through this. So, and every 8 years we see it in the same sign. So yeah, go out and take a peek at that. So, and really what that means in the chart here is it's like we're very conscious about what we've been experiencing with this Venus retrograde, and within our relationships and our creative projects, and when it comes to our value and our self-worth and our raw, authentic, true self, I think it's becoming very clear and very conscious. The light is coming through and out of us, and it's showing us what wasn't working, what's working, and what relationships we need to roll with and move forward with, and what relationships we need to not put our energy into, or give less to. If the value is not equal, we need to have discussions about how we can move forward in a much more healthier, abundant way with these relationships. So today we're seeing the moon square Jupiter. So this is a day where our optimism and our passion and our truth is very loud and is very bright, but it's a day where we're very fixed and confident in our beliefs, but it's not a day where we want to get too over the top emotionally or overindulge in things, or get sucked into situations where we have to lower our value. And we've been going through this with this Venus retrograde too. It's like you get pulled back and forth. It's like, well, if you want to please somebody else, it's like you're going to have to lower your standards, lower your value. And that's what the South Node in Libra is as well. It's like we don't want to get sucked into those situations. And today I think there could be some drama that kind of comes to the surface. This Venus retrograde has definitely brought on a lot of different relationships and friendships and romantic situations that have come in and out of play here. And there could be some real drama that pops up. And don't be surprised if that is the case. And you got to really speak your truth. And if things within our relationships and our projects and our romantic connections aren't based in truth, like today is going to be a day where things are going to start to be revealed in a sense. So the moon's in its balsamic phase. It's pretty much hidden. It's about to be, we may see it slightly in the morning with Venus. We're going to have a Moon-Venus conjunction right after the moon squares Jupiter. So as that's happening, Venus is going to trine Chiron, but at the same time, Mercury is going to make this in conjunction to Chiron as well. So things that are coming to the surface, coming to light today, things that are being revealed, there could be some really awkward conversations about getting to the truth of these things, and some certain details that might come up that may have been a little weird or ugly or uncomfortable. There might be some discussions that really need to be had today. So don't be afraid to have those awkward discussions, because there can be a lot of healing in that regard, and definitely on a physical level, a physical and mental level. Mercury in Virgo in its ruling sign, it's in shadow, it's slowing down. Even I did the first stream here, my video glitched out. The Mercury's in shadow. the brain isn't always on point, like it's just, you got to roll with it, and things can be uncomfortable, and that's okay. And these conversations need to be had today because there's a lot of things coming to light that this Venus retrograde has gone through over the past almost a month now. Here in the 7 days, Venus went retrograde July 23rd. So in a week or more or less, I can't do it in my head right now. But Venus has gone through a lot through this retrograde, and we've been really questioning things, experiencing different types of relationship situations, and reevaluating relationship situations, and reevaluating our relationship with ourselves and our raw, authentic self, and not being afraid to express that, and trying to get to a place where we're not afraid to express that, Definitely by the moon, or by the time the moon crosses Venus and is getting ready for this new moon in Leo here, on Wednesday morning, it'll be exact, while we're still asleep, probably, at least in America. But that's what that's where we're headed here. So by the time the moon crosses the sun, this Venus retrograde situation, I keep calling it a situation because there's a lot of different situations. The South Node in Libra has just brought up so many different areas of relationships. And this has been the main focus this summer, really. That focus is going to shift a little bit as we go into the fall, but by the time we get into the eclipses in late October, mid-October, going into November, it's going to come up again. So Venus will be moving at full speed, and Mars will be in Scorpio by that time. So there's going to be a lot of power there. Venus is going to go through its ruling sign of Libra. It'll get through Scorpio. And yeah, it's just so many different types of relationship situations that we really have to face and deal with. And even things from 8 years ago, 2015, that we're really starting to close out officially. And if we keep getting sucked back into those situations from 8 years ago, or we're still stuck in those patterns from 8 years ago, like, it's gonna keep us from moving forward, and if it's not based on like real love from the heart, it's gonna karmically play out in very weird ways. It's not about the money, it's not about this exchange of, oh, well, if I give you this or you give me this, I'll give you this. Like, it has to be pure. It has to be from the heart. It can't be based on some manipulation or some selfish gain. And this moon squaring Jupiter today is going to reveal that too. It's, because if we keep getting stuck in these material, selfish patterns with these exchanges that are not real and not pure, like, karmically, it's going to play out in very uncomfortable Chiron Aries ways. It'll distort things in a way you don't want it to. So we're getting to the truth today. Jupiter is helping us get to the truth, and slowly, in a much more slower way. Jupiter in Taurus is very slow. So, but we got to be patient. We got to be very patient. So yeah, we're preparing for this new moon. And at the same time, as we come into the afternoon here, Uranus is at 23 degrees, finally. So this is the degree on August 30th that Uranus is going to go retrograde. And as that's happening, the sun is going to square Uranus. And with all this stuff bubbling up to the surface, this is when the curveballs just start coming at us. Like, you're up to the plate, you're ready to bat, you want to hit a home run, but you're seeing pitches you ain't ever seen before. You're seeing, different forms of fastballs and curveballs and sliders that you never expected. And this is only bringing up this Venus retrograde even more in very weird, uncomfortable ways. And it's pushing us forward to the next evolutionary step. And that's what it's about. And I definitely think with all this Leo squaring Uranus, squaring all this Taurus, Jupiter and Taurus, Uranus and Taurus, I feel like what this is also giving us some insight to, this new moon's going to be squaring Uranus as well. So I just really feel that by the time Pluto fully gets into Aquarius, it's going to be a 19-year transit. It's like every time you get into Leo season, Pluto's going to be opposing the sun and opposing Mercury, Venus, or Mars in Leo, and these personal planets in Leo. Like, this is going to give us the insight on how we need to deal with it. And we can't forget this moment as we move through the next 20 years, 19, 20 years with Pluto and Aquarius. We don't want to forget this moment here. We don't want to forget that we still have to be our individual selves, express ourselves individually, and not give a fuck what other people think. And that's what Leo's about. If you make a mistake, who cares? Like, keep being yourself. Doesn't mean Leo doesn't get insecure. It still shines. It's still bright, and it doesn't care. It's not interested in falling into the insecurities that are just gonna hinder you from creating the future. Because that's what we're here to do. That's what Leo's all about. That's what the sun is all about. It's all about creating and giving light to create and giving light for life. So the sun square Uranus, things are going to get a little strange. Curveballs are going to come at us from a million miles away at 1,000,000 miles per hour, and some weird shit about this Venus retrograde, about our relationships there's gonna be some weird stuff. There's some weird stuff coming up through this new moon, and it's giving us the truth. Jupiter is giving us the truth. And this is what we need for the next evolutionary step here. And the North Node in Eris, this aspect too, I think is so interesting because it's like, you start a fire just to cause some chaos, just to control the outcome of a situation. That's what's happening. We're seeing that. We're seeing that already across the earth, right? So that's happening in our own lives as well. But what these moments bring us is cataclysmic events that get us to the next place. And that's the evolutionary necessity, right? That's what Jeffrey Green would say. It's the evolutionary necessity to get us to the next place that we're supposed to be, and our consciousness evolving to the next phase. So that's what this Uranus is throwing at us here. And we still have to shine bright. Even when things are weird and uncomfortable, and this black moon Lilith, there is this passion with the sun here, this very intense, sexual, deep passion with this black moon Lilith. But it's squaring Uranus, so this passion can be expressed in very strange, odd ways, in ways we've never seen before. And we can't be afraid to express them in these weird ways. And that's cool. Maybe with this Pluto and Aquarius here, it's like the way people are going to be expressing themselves individually is going to be this weird, awkward, Aquarian, quirky way that we ain't never seen before. So how we express ourselves are changing tremendously. So yeah, today's a very interesting day. So don't be surprised when the weird stuff starts showing up, because this new moon is giving us the pathway towards the next step in the next phase of what our individual selves are going to be. So we got the Ace of Swords upright. So this is giving us the tools to really cut through the illusions and not be afraid to feel and express the light that is coming out of our consciousness, that is really shedding the truth about where we've been stuck. This moon squaring Jupiter today can bring up some pretty stuck energy, and this is giving us the tools to really cut through that and not get stuck and say, hey, this is the truth about these relationship situations that we've been going through, and to say, if we have to do this in a much more honest way, we can't just go in circles in the same way. I mean, Mercury retrograde's coming up, so we're going to be reassessing a lot here. There's a lot of reassessment going on, and there's going to be 6 planets in retrograde all at once. So, and it's not a bad thing. This is the moment where we have to revise things and be clear about things and be very precise and very concise and cut through the illusion. That's what this card's about. And it's like the light is coming from above and it's shining and guiding the way. So this is definitely a very intense moon, and Venus is, we're seeing the beauty of Venus in the morning. If you go out in the morning, take a look. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to have that new moon and we'll talk about that more, but definitely going to be a super passionate, intense day. The sun and black moon Lilith is bringing up some serious passion. So yeah, it's a very creative day. The moon squaring Jupiter, like, as intense as it can get. Like, it's really pressurizing us to get to a creative space in a much more truthful way. And, we're very confident and rooted in our beliefs. And we want to express them in a very practical and passionate way. So, have a lovely day. See y'all tomorrow for the new moon. Peace.